What you doing, honey?
Hi, honey. Time for some halibut. We got a halibut fishing. But it comes in this whole piece. And you can throw it in the oven like this, but it doesn't fit.
Oh.
And anyway, it will get kind of a little bit, you know, ooky. So to cook it, we're gonna cut it up.
All right.
Just we want the yummy parts for cooking, the other parts for gardens or chickens or whomever,
Or
right?
kitty cats and puppy dogs.
Excuse me. To do that, these halibuts have a line right down the middle. You just cut on that.
Wait. Show me again.
There's a line right down the middle of a halibut. You just cut it. And then they have a belly here, so you cut here. Then you stick your wiggly knife. See, this knife has lots of wiggle.
Yeah.
Put it in here, and you turn it a little bit, and you just see just a tiny bit, and eventually it'll open up. And when you're opening it up, see those bones? You just go along the edge of those bones to make your blade flat. If you point it too sharp down, you cut through the bones, which is not good. If you go too far up, you go away from the bones, and then you don't get your meat. You get your meat left there. So you just push it. See how it's bent?
Oh, so it's not just peeling off right now? You cut it before?
I just cut it
Just now?
just now. You know, like you do that. See?
Yeah.
When you do that,
Wow.
all the way down, it comes off like that.
That's
This
pretty
side
cool.
you do the same thing. Look from this angle.
Hold on.
See, there's where that line was. There's a backbone right there. You go over the top of it, and you put your knife in,
Wow.
and then see you got a little bit up.
Yeah.
Stick your knife in and do some more, till you can get more, and then just, and then
Wow.
you have
Cool.
meat. And just cut the skin like that. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Food.
Food.
Now there's a couple of ways to do this actually. This is one way, which is you grab a knife and you do this. There's another way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, usually wherever you get this fish from, they have guys there that do this all day long. You just say, hey, mind cutting that off for me? And they say, sure, no problem. I've seen guys, they can stick the knife in on this end. They go like, and then they go, and they go, you got one giant piece of fish.
One whole thing.
Yeah.
Theodora really loves halibut.
What's more, Dora?
And it's safe for cats to have it, right?
Oh yeah. More than safe. Here you go. Oh yeah, you ready? So you see, after you do that, there's still fish here left.
And that's where you put all your bits down there? That bag?
That's carcass, yeah. See, there's more fish in here, and you could of course eat it. You just cut out the bits, cut out the fish.
What happened to the
Cut out
head?
the belly.
Isn't Maca tradition to eat the head to soup?
The other macaque tradition is when you have an undersized halibut, they call it a chicken, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what they call it. They cut the head off when you come into the dock, so they're identified as a chicken, and you have a certain amount you're allowed to take home. So this says we measured it, it's short, counted as one of those.
Oh, what do they do with the heads then?
Well,
Do they eat it?
no, we fed it to the crabs.
Oh, okay.
The fisheries is pretty specific about how we do this, you know. You have to take it back. You give it back to the sea, because the things in the sea eat that too, you know.
Yep.
It's not exactly a waste, but if we had a bigger halibut that we kept and we had the head, we could definitely cook the head, because the heads have a lot of good meat on it. There's the belly pan. But we haven't ate a lot of halibut head stuff, honestly, because we are macabre, but we're also
Modern?
McDonald's.
McDonald's and the cats and
McDonald's and cats.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, maybe a fish sandwich, but not a fish head sandwich.
Oh no.
Although, if you had some fish head sandwiches, I would
It'd be very healthy,
try
right?
it.
Because it has all the things, cartridge, doesn't it? For your skin?
Cartilage, yeah.
Cartilage for your bones and stuff.
It's like all of the foods, you know. Some of us are more or less queasy than others. You know, when I go down into the greenhouse, try and get some lettuce, I kind of have a little bit of trouble with those lettuces.
Why do you have trouble with the lettuce?
Well,
What happens?
don't want to, you know, offend them
By taking
and
the
hurt
leaves?
them by taking the leaves off because they put all that trouble of growing them, you know. Oh. So I'm out there, I'm thinking about this lettuce going, gosh, do you guys mind? Take a few leaves here or there. They know how I feel, so they're like, don't touch me, don't hurt me. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I usually have to send someone else out to harvest the lettuce. I'll do the fish. The fish don't mind at all. You explained to me one time that the fish go from fish to baby fish
Instantly.
without even knowing that it happened.
Yeah. They're swimming one moment and they're swimming the next.
And then the next they're swimming is just in a different fish body.
Yeah.
Transparent. It's the life cycle of a thing that's food for everything.
Mm-hmm. Chickens take about a few weeks, maybe a couple of months.
See, look at this one. I did not a very good job of.
Oh.
See how much meat there is?
Yeah. Were you distracted?
No, I think it was Dora.
Dora's distracting you. She wanted
No,
it.
she was. Hey, give me my fish.
She manifested those bits.
She is an instant manifester too. Oh, well. Of course, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt any to have some crystals here.
Okay.
Fish.
Nice.
Now this is all garden, or it's all cat, or it's all human,
Or crows,
or crow.
ravens.
But I don't recommend you give it to your chickens.
No, your eggs will taste of fish.
Your eggs will taste like fish, and your chicken coop will smell like
Nasty.
rotten fish. So there's a tendency to, you know, think if you didn't eat it, you wasted it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that a lot of us are grown up with, right?
Uh-huh.
But what about everything else? The worms don't count, the bugs don't count, the fish don't count, the crabs don't count. The things that eat those things don't count.
Mm.
Only thing that counts is you for eating this stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I know that when we
That was my little bit of righteous.
Yeah.
You
At the
see that?
rest, you just throw it in the ocean, right? You go to the beach and throw it in the water.
Yep, and then the eagles come and grab it,
Mm-hmm.
and the seagulls come and grab it, and the crabs come and grab it.
Do you do anything with the tail?
And just making it smaller, see?
Oh, okay.
So it's easier to deal with. If the eagle wants to come eat it, you
We
can
do
take
have
off
eagles
with
out
that.
there.
Yeah, they do. And you can plant this under your tree if you want to plant a new tree.
Oh yeah, roses love fish and game.
Yeah.
You're thinking you should make soup out of it.
You could make soup out of it. That'd be pretty good.
Nice fish stock with that, huh?
Uh-huh. Put this in the pan with some celery and whatever else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess that's the size that's gonna be. See, it's not like a lettuce. There's no screaming involved. I'm perfectly happy with this. Lettuces are different. You have to go in there cautiously, carefully, talking to them, and then while they're looking that way, you grab a leaf.
Yeah. And next you're gonna cook it?
Next, we're gonna cook it, but first we're gonna take it to the fossil beach.
Okay.
Bye. How do you make a salad with salmon shack veggies, lettuces?
You could call Hopi over.
Call Hopi.
Yeah. If you want a salad at the salmon shed, you go, Hopi, come over. We need a salad.
This is Inelia's recipe. It's a wee
Just cut off the bottom and then make the salad.
chickens.
Some people love that piece. Go
Yeah.
little
You love the rosa in the middle.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that
Wow.
Oh, that's so tender.
gorgeous? Yeah. This good?
Yep. Mm-hmm. See, it's all fine if somebody else is doing the butchering.
I've never seen anybody cut it lengthwise before. That's interesting.
Oh, you were advising we should get a little smaller, so that's a good idea.
Yeah. I prefer the leaves cut smaller so you get more of the vitamins and minerals out of it.
Oh. So that's like that's how you skin the lettuce?
Just sort of brown spots. Yeah, get the skin. And some healthy lettuce.
You want some lettuce? No.
That's funny, the lettuce.
It's super tender lettuce.
Yeah, it came out crinkly.
I think the lettuce you get in the store is like really hard so that it doesn't like get rotten or something, last long in the store, but this lettuce is like tender, like you
Yeah.
can't even describe how
I
tender
think
it
I'm
is.
going to leave that in there for somebody that wants it. Well, they can take the whole thing and eat it like that.
You want a piece of lettuce, puppy? Okay, here.
I don't think she's gonna eat it.
Nope. She didn't. But at least she knows. You want to look?
Not missing out on anything.
Yeah, she's pretty sure there's tender victuals up here, and she's right, but just not her kind. It's like people eat the strangest things.
That's beautiful lettuce.
I remember the first time we had Hopi's lettuce, and all we'd had was store lettuce for a long time. Even the really nice organic lettuce, we've been eating that forever. And then we had some of Hopi's organic
Yeah, it's so tender.
greenhouse lettuce
Spring.
in a salad, and it was like the leaves are like butter.
They are, yeah, and so tasty too.
Indescribable. I mean, well, I just described it, but you know what I mean.
And he built the soil and everything with seaweed and
Yeah, local seaweed.
local seaweed
Local compost
from the forest.
from the tree stumps and leaves.
Yep.
And biochar and.
Yep.
Okay, better wash and spin that, huh?
Oh yeah, the best part.
Before I get too far.
So here's the question. Does lettuce get wilted more like faster if it has water on it or if it's totally dry?
Dry.
That's what I thought too.
It
Somebody was-
wilts faster if you have like oil and lemon. And
Oh yeah,
stuff on
yeah,
it.
definitely. But I was just thinking about that.
Unfortunately, I wish
That's
it
what I
would hold
thought.
up well.
Make a hole in the middle for the thing.
This is really the only great part, besides the eating.
A little bowl for our salad. Community.
Next batch. Hope a lot of people show up. We're gonna have a big salad.
Nice, look at that.
That's all the water we got off there.
That's a lot of
That
water.
spinner works
Yeah.
good.
You heard?
I heard, I think it was my dad.
Uh-huh.
He told me if you want your lettuce to last a long time after you like chop it into pieces, that instead of cutting it, you would tear it. Because when you cut it, it cuts through the cell walls. And when you tear it, it tears along the edges of the cells.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
That's
that it
pretty
doesn't
cool.
have cell wall stuff or inside of cells,
Oh.
you know, doing stuff.
Now we know.
We could always test that hypothesis.
Yes, we will test that hypothesis.
But the problem is usually it
We
doesn't
eat
matter
it.
if we cut it
We eat it
or
all.
tear it
We eat
because
it.
we eat it for 15 minutes from when we cut it, so it doesn't matter. I think the lettuce you buy in the store in the packages has some kind of weird gas in there to keep it from wilting.
Yeah, that organic
hydrated.
lettuce from Costco holds up good, but it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so the cellular structure is real thick.
Yeah,
And I wonder if it is from some treatment.
you
Keep
gotta
it
do
fresh.
something to keep it.
Need a snack, baby.
There you go, puppy. Hopi is the favorite of all the dogs because he always packs a pocket full of chicken snacks.
Yes.
And the dogs are not tricked by the pile of lettuce.
No.
Have you ever heard of Brown's gas, Hopi?
Yeah, you mean alternative energy, Inelia?
I don't know if
With,
it's alternative. Yeah, I've heard
Townsend Brown, yeah?
I don't
Or is
know.
this something else?
Hydrogen gas? I think it's
Yeah,
hydrogen. Comes out of water.
right?
You heard of that stuff?
Yeah.
Have you ever used it?
Never did. I haven't seen it take off, but it's been around for a long time. So.
Yeah.
What's it used for?
There are so many alchemical uses for it, and there's health uses for it.
Good for
Where-
your health?
Yeah, I listened to a podcast called Fireside Chats, and I had a fella on there who was a Brown's gas advocate, big time.
User?
Oh yes, user of it as well. He it's gonna be nice. We're gonna listen to it on our ride,
Okay.
and by the time we get there, you're gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta get some." But
And you'll
guess
say,
what?
we already did!
We will find out if this is good stuff or not. But
Yeah.
he even said, you know, that the geologists, some of them, the placer miners in Alaska and other places, they've come to the conclusion that the gold isn't actually like coming from a giant vein of it that's in the creek. It's actually being generated in the creek by the alchemical processes.
What did I tell you?
You told me that.
I told you years ago
Yes, you
that
did.
gold grows. You just have to seed it and it grows.
That's what they
Yeah.
say about, well, oil is
Same with the oil.
similarly fictitious in that they
Yeah.
thought it was decomposed organic matter, and then it turns out it's
Definitely
it's
not.
being created by the earth.
Kind of a constant
So-
process, yeah. But
Oh.
you can't have a limitation and lack if you think it's like limitless. So
Right.
just like diamonds, right?
Right.
But water's so
Shine
interesting
bright like
because
a
it's
diamond.
water's so interesting because it's can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So if you take H2O, HHO, it's a liquid. But if you transform it to HOH, it's a gas.
Yeah.
And so you separate it into oxygen and hydrogen gas. So there's someday we'll have, I just think, a greater appreciation, even if we don't necessarily use it as a fuel, because there will be higher frequency, modalities out there. But just water's so interesting,
Gosh, yeah.
such
Yeah.
an amazing substance.
Well, you're gonna love listening to that podcast then, because that's basically what he talks about. The
Okay.
amazing nature of water.
Oh yeah.
Creating the Brown's gas out of it, and creating minerals. So like you introduce that Brown's gas, which really is just another phase of water.
And hydrogen.
And you introduce it with the alchemical process of minerals, burning them, or creating ores, like with the copper ore. When you use Brown's gas in the copper ore process, you get like 10 times as much copper out of the ore because it kind of like creates it when it's creating it or something. I don't know.
Alchemical dealio.
Yeah. Whatever. We're gonna find out. It doesn't matter what they say. It matters what we see. So we're gonna get some. We're gonna try it.
Okay.
What do you think about ground cats, honey?
I have no thoughts around it.
No, it's
Zero.
gonna be interesting after this little chat.
Yes.
What you think about it after that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll find out later. It's alright about the water because we're gonna mop anyway. Because it smells
I
like
had a Julia Childs moment, you know, where she goes to flip the omelet and half of it lands in the pan and half outside.
Oh, don't worry,
No,
'cause
no,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
mop.
don't.
You're gonna mop?
Yeah, because the floor smells faintly fishy.
Oh, I see, because of the dogs in there.
And we don't use those tea towels for the floor.
You are not allowed to use towels when Inelia is watching. Because no man knows which towel you may use. I challenge you to go pick the right towel for what
Yeah,
you
that's
do.
true. I should have got a paper towel. I was gonna do that.
Or the rags.
Or the
The rag
rags,
drawer.
if you can locate a rag.
He knows where the rags are.
Sure he does. He's a guy. Watch. Ask him to go get a rag.
Hey, Hopi,
Here we
go
have
get a rag.
We have Dan got a roll of rags.
I told you.
Right off the roll. These are pretty handy. Yes, we got that.
That's a lot of
I
water.
almost feel like drinking that water.
I'm sure it'd be delicious. Okay. Now what? Salad's done?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to
I think we
dress
better
it.
bring it like this and dress it later.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Nice.